Hello AOS fans, it's me, Pete. I am going to be fighting Robin on Friday, as always, in our Friday matchup. And this week, it's all about the dwarves. So I'm coming up against Fyreslayers with my Khorne. And it's been a little while since I've had the Khorne out of the box, so I'm not sure how I want to play them at the minute. It's nice to see that the meta has been shaken up, or however they say it, and objectives-based decks are ruling the roost at the moment. I wonder if people are going to start complaining that objectives-based decks are now too easy, or, you know, but we'll see. On this deck, I'm not going too objectives heavy. I've got a few in there, but I'm also trying to mix up with a bit of offense because I think Khorne have the speed to be able to grab objectives, but they also have the hitting power once they get a few power-ups to really threaten even hard hitters like the dwarves or orcs and stormcast. So here we go, this is what my deck is going to be. So here are the objectives for this deck to start with. And the first one is a worthy skull. Yes, I know, it's already about killing people, but it's a Khorne objective and I've just got to kill an enemy leader and I get an extra glory. That's pretty much worth it in my books. The next one is It Begins. At some point he's going to kill some of my guys, and at some point I'm going to kill some of his guys. I can score this in any end phase and I get 1 glory once one guy on each side is dead. The next one is Khorne Cares Not. Again, it's about killing people, I know, but it activates in the in any end phase if I have 5 or more fighters out of action. Hasn't got to be the enemy fighters like the generic card. Khorne doesn't care who's dead, so it can be my 5, it could be 4 of his and 1 of mine, or whatever other combination there is. The next one is Crushing Force. I believe that once I can get a few upgrades, Sigmar or Garrek will become quite tasty and be able to take out one of his guys once they've taken a wound or 2 from Carsus or one of the Chuckle Brothers. Determined Defender. Standard guy on objective for 2 turns, that should be an easy one for me. Escalation, play 3 upgrades, again, can be either of us who plays those 3 or a combination of the 2, so that one I'm quite happy to have. Making a Statement. So this one, 3 glory, I don't know, I'm not sure about this one, but for 3 glory I think it's worth a pump just in case I'm lucky enough that I can sprint into his half past the little stubby legs and try and grab the objectives out from under him, maybe phase 2 or 3. Then Master of War, get an objective, play a ploy, play an upgrade. I think that's just too easy to not take. Next one's Ploy Master, and you can pretty much play 3 ploys and you get that one. Then Supremacy. Supremacy I always have in nearly every deck I ever take, whether it's objectives based or not. Probably wouldn't in Stormcast, but to give them for Khorne considering going after objectives. Then Tactical Genius 3 to 5. I can hopefully tie this one down with Supremacy at the same time if the objectives fall how I want. And Tactical Supremacy 3 and 4. So those are my objectives. The upgrades I'll be buying with all that glorious glory are Berserk Charge. Giving Sigmar the ability to hit on swords and hammers is too good an opportunity to pass up. Then Blood Slick, giving Garrek +1 defense is a must. Grizzly Trophy, if I'm going to get Garrek into the mix to chop some heads off, I might as well get an extra glory for it whenever he does it. Acrobatic, give someone with dodge an extra dice. Now all my guys are on dodge, so that's pretty much a given. And if I give that to Garrek as well as Blood Slick, he's going to be rolling 3 defense dice. He's going to be pretty tough to take out. Then Awakened Weapon. Re-rolling a dice for someone like Sigmar or maybe Garrek would be a very helpful thing to have when I'm rolling a lot of dice. Ethereal Shield, give one of my guys a shield instead of a dodge save. I wouldn't combine that with Acrobat obviously, but that will be handy to help boost up another one of my guys. Great Fortitude, +1 wound, almost always going to be there. Great Strength, +1 damage, that's definitely going to go on Sigmar or Garrek to boost them up once they get inspired. Legendary Swiftness, adding 1 to my move is always handy. Shade Glass Darts, the range on that will be useful so I can hopefully pepper him from afar and be a little safer because it's a range 3 and his guys only move 2 when they're uninspired, so that might come in really handy for me. And the Blazing Key. That one I really hope it's going to come out nearer the end. I could play it on a guy at the last minute and then sprint onto an objective. And then the ploys that I've got to help me get those objectives, to help me buy those upgrades, are Blood Offering. Take a fighter, give them a wound, and then they roll an extra 2 attack dice in the first attack action in the next phase. That's almost always a must with Khorne. It's going to go on Sigmar or Garrek when they're going to go for an uber attack. Blood Rain. I know Robin's going to be on the offense after the first round, and I think against anyone really, having the ability to strip out their hammers into swords on an attack is always good. Sidestep, get one of my guys out of trouble is always useful. Confused Priorities. Now, if I get this hopefully early on, Robin's almost definitely going to be jumping on his 2 objectives. I'm going to be sitting on my 3. So hopefully, if I get this, I can use it to swap out some to help me score Tactical Genius or Tactical Supremacy easier. Confusion, swapping two guys around, whether they're his, mine, or a combination, is always a handy one when you're all about the mobility. Earthquake. Now, people say this breaks the meta, or whatever that means. I don't think it breaks the meta, as was proved by the last Grand Clash, but it is a handy card to have, especially when you know your opponent's going to be all about objectives, so that's why I've taken this one. Distraction, the ability to shove one of his guys into a direction I need will be helpful for me, maybe move them closer so I can get off a couple of free attacks, or move them further away because they don't move very fast. Jewel of Wits, the ability to cycle through my deck will be very handy, add more cards into my hand. Ready for action, this one's almost definitely going to get used with the whole charge, play an upgrade, play ready for action, hit him again combo with someone like Sayek or Garrek, or maybe even someone like Carsus, because although he does less damage, ability to hit twice will make him better. Shifting Shards, this is pretty much a given, so I can hopefully manoeuvre the objectives a bit more to benefit me. And Spoils of War, I can hopefully use this to aid me in getting Master of War, possibly Escalation as well. And it's always handy to have, if you've got Ready for Action, you might be able to get a 1-2 off with those two, play Spoils of War, play the upgrade, play Ready for Action, if you haven't got any glory in your hand. So that's it, that's my deck. As I said, I'm trying to go for a bit of a mixed deck here. I've got some objectives, I've got some other easy to score, and I've got some offensive capabilities in there. And we'll see what happens. I shall be taking on those orange-haired stunties, and I'm hopeful that Khorne will smile upon me. If you think I'm missing any must-haves in this deck, obviously do let me know. Bye!